Today we're going to talk about practical application of bonds and the right way to do it.
Still there.
Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to the hair experience. I am Curtis, your guide to get luxurious, beautiful, poppin', bangin' hair back on your head. Hairbymhe.com, hairbymhe.com. It's got your hair products, ebooks. Guys, knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. To get a good result, you need to be knowledgeable and you will get a good result. Starter kits are there. Even if you don't buy a product from us, you can get everything you need in one box. You're not searching all over the place to see what do I need, what don't I need. It's all right there. MyHairExperience.com's got a ton of FAQs, informations, tutorials, YouTube videos, etc. Check both of those out. Don't forget that coupon code MHE20 to save 20% off of your hair replacement unit. That's $60, guys. Huge savings. On to it. What are you talking about today, Curtis? I am talking about practical application, okay? Actually applying a bond to your head the right way, or the best way that I know how. This is all coming from a gentleman who emailed me yesterday and today, or today, yeah, this morning and just a few minutes ago. He sent me a picture of his bond. It was Ghost Bond Platinum. I'm not talking bad about their product. This is an application issue, okay? Ghost Bond Platinum, and it was bubbling up under a polyurethane unit, and it just didn't look right. It was all, bubbly and just didn't look right. There's two reasons for that, and I'm sure that you guys have probably ran into this before. So we're gonna explain it, how to not do it, how to apply bond properly, and hopefully get you the best results. So, gentleman sends me this picture. Instantly, I'm thinking of two things. One is water intrusion. Okay, it could be sweat, shower, etc. Okay, one of those two things, water intrusion, got under the bond, mixed with the bond, something caused it to do that, okay? The second thing is the product was installed incorrectly and too thick in some areas where it never actually dried or cured. It's still malleable. It's gonna look wet, it's gonna look white, it's gonna look gross. There's just too much of it. That's the two things that will cause this to happen, okay? Guys, sweating, okay, let's go back a little bit. Scalp protector. Scalp protector is a must, okay? To get 30-40% longer hold life out of any bond that I've ever seen. Very helpful. It's like priming a wall in your house. You need to prime it before you paint it. We don't have the luxury of having paint and primer mixed together into one jug. It just doesn't work that way. Not saying my product's the only scalp protector out there, but get you one. And that Walker product's a great one. That Max Sport that I use, I love it. It works fantastic. We sell it. My scalp protector works fantastic. Totally up to you. So what got this gentleman there was one of two things. Like I said, water or too much product, okay? I filmed this video a minute ago, the whole damn thing, and I did not even turn the camera on. So now I'm redoing it, so you'll see some bond on here that I had already done the whole video with before. All right, so when you're doing this, yeah, we're not gonna do it up there. So I'm gonna turn this around. Let's just say we're putting bond on the scalp, okay? On the forehead, to do just your forehead bond, okay? Your goal here is thin coats, okay? This is Walker Safe Grip. This is like a white bond. I just had it under my counter on my shelf in my bathroom. Just figured I'd use it for this purpose. First, we're gonna talk about mesh-based material like Swiss lace and French lace, and then we'll go into poly. So this is going to be on a lace-based unit that I'm talking about this. What your goal with a bond is, your goal with any bond with a lace-based material is to get the bond as tall or somewhat taller than, and I say somewhat, I'm talking like micrometers, somewhat taller than what the lace material is, so that the lace can impregnate, kind of like that word, so it can absorb down into the lace material or to the bond material and it fully disappears, okay? I've done multiple tests on this with my hand of how many coats it typically takes, okay? And we're gonna go through that, all right? So what you're doing, the practical side of this, let's just say that you're doing this front area, okay? This is the only place you put your bond, which is the same thing I do, okay? But we're just gonna do it back here because that's already all sticky. So when I say thin coats, guys, I'm saying, and I've taught this in another video before, to the point to where your finger is running out of product as you're trying to smear it, okay? This is just with white bond, all right? So if you dab some here, this is how you're gonna start. You're not gonna have a whole lot of product. More is not better, more is worse, okay? So what you're gonna do once you get this, let's just say you're doing that forehead part, you're gonna take these areas and smear them out. And when I say smear them out, you're gonna smear them to a point like that, all right? You're smearing it to a point of being thin enough or thick enough to still smear, but thin enough to somewhat, not necessarily drag your finger, but to a point to where it's all uniform, okay? And if you get, let's just say you get a clump up here, okay? And you get this nasty clump and you don't know what to do with it, all right? And you got this big old chunk of glue up in here, like, what the world do I do with it, okay? And it's like this, okay? I'm gonna try to zoom in here. But you got this big old clump, that's your problem. That's where the problem comes in. What you're gonna wanna do is get rid of that. You're gonna wanna get rid of it at all costs. So, what you're gonna have to do more than likely is to work that down out of the hairline. Even if it goes down onto the forehead, don't worry about it, okay? You still have to get it gone, and that's the only way I know to get it gone. Don't go putting a Q-tip up there, a cotton ball. You're gonna wreck the rest of the glue. The cotton's gonna stick in there and you're screwed. You could probably get a toothpick or something like that and get the rest of the material off, or a popsicle stick would do it. That would work. Okay, so now that you've done that, what you're gonna do, you're gonna wait a minute, minute and a half, and go to coat 2, okay? Coat 2 is what you need. From my experience, not everybody's gonna lay down the same amount. Coat 2 is what you're gonna need for a Swiss lace unit to work efficiently and to cover up that Swiss lace material, okay? Coat 3 is more than likely what you're going to need for a French laced based material, if that makes sense, okay? What you're trying to do, like I said it once before, is to get them to flow together. Once they flow together, the lace disappears, banging hairline. All right, clear bond. Clear bond is going to be the same principle, okay? 1 to 2 minutes between coats on this. That last 5 minutes is crucial, guys. At the very end, let it cure 5 minutes. Turn the music on or something, and when a song starts and a song ends, more than likely you got 4 or 5 minutes right there. Just kind of pay attention to that, all right? 5 minutes is crucial. Blow drying it with a cold blow dryer, they say helps. I do it probably just because I'm bored, but I don't think it personally helps at all, okay? All right, clear bond is going to be the same way. You're gonna want thin coats. If this stuff gets goopy anywhere, I don't care what bond it is. It could be unicorn, poot, bond with Sex Panther in it. It doesn't matter what it is. That was a pretty good one, I like that one. It doesn't matter what it is, okay? If it's clumped up and it's gummed up and it's thick, it's never going to work. I don't care where it goes, it's just not gonna work, okay? Straight up, all right. So 1 to 2 coats is where you wanna start with a clear bond, okay? But, I mean, Swiss lace, you're gonna start with 2 coats, but go thin with this stuff too, guys. Go thin. Popsicle stick, something like that, a makeup applier, like that sponge looking thing, those work really well. Try those, okay? So that gets us through Swiss lace and French lace. Monofilament, I'm not even gonna talk about. It's thicker, you might have to go to 4 coats. But read the directions on these things. A lot of times they tell you what to do with them, but each person is going to, I got glue all over my fingers now. Each person's gonna be different, so just remember that. But not so thin to a point to where there's not product there. That's what you want to make sure of. Make sure you got product, but not too much, okay? Now we're gonna go to polyurethane, okay? Polyurethane, 0.03, 0.05, 0.08, 1.0, it doesn't matter, okay? Polyurethane is not wanting that bond to be able to, the 2 layers to meet together for a height thing, to absorb one another. They're not wanting that to occur. Polyurethane is just principally looking for the adhesive property of the bond. That's it. It's looking for one thing to be glued to another. That's all that you're doing. So you don't need to build up these layers to hide that lace material or monofilament material at all. So what I have learned, I have tried clear bonds with polys all the way up to 4 layers. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what I did layer-wise. Mine was 1 layer, 1 thin layer of product, and it was perfect. Now I have clients that use 2 thin layers of product and it works, okay? Every one of them's gonna have different directions on them. I think mine even says 2 or 3 coats or something like that. So just try it on your own. 1 coat, see what you get. 2 coats, see what you get. 3 coats. Don't ever supersede 3 coats. I really don't think you need to of any product out there. I think Ghost Bond Platinum says 4 coats. I don't see that helping, okay? Do your 1 coat, let it dry 5 minutes, and then push it down, you're good to go. See how that works for you. And then try your 2nd coat with a poly, okay? But with a white bond or a clear bond with your lace units, you have to get the 2 heights to be right. I keep repeating myself today. Trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. If the bond tells you 24 hours, okay, I have found in my experience in good conditions, being inside of a house, not out working or anything like that, that your bond will more than likely cure in after the first 12 hours, maybe up to 16 hours, possibly 18, depending on conditions, humidity, things like that. So what I suggest, if it's possible, to do this before you go to sleep, okay? When your body's cooled down from the day, your house is cool on the inside, do this step at nighttime before you go to bed. Once you wake up, you should be good to go to rinse your head in the shower. Again, this is gonna be a thing. It's, everybody's body chemistry is different, so just pay close attention to what's going on. You should be good to go for the next morning. Pay attention to what it's doing. The next thing is, if you use that Walker Sport Max Sport Active, whatever it's called, that is a fantastic product to get an instant or nearly instant cure time out of a bond. It works phenomenal. I don't know what they put in it, but it works great. So that would save you time on that. Guys, thin coats don't clump up the product. If you clump up the product, make sure you get rid of it so you don't run into any complications. I hope that helps, guys. That's going to be pretty generic across the board for any bond out there. It doesn't need to be thick. If you need anything from me, reach out. Hit that thumbs up button if you like my content. Hit that subscribe button also. Make it a great week, guys. We'll see you in a couple of days.